We lost a member of the all4s fraternity, both in New York and in Toronto. In New York, we've lost Joseph Mahavir. I'm very familiar to many people have attended the Black Eagles tournament. And in Toronto, we've lost Jack Ramlakan. So everybody in Toronto knows Jack. He's related to many people in Blazers. He has in-laws in Blazers, as a matter of fact. And our heartfelt condolences and prayers go out to his family and their family and friends. So at this moment, I'd like to give them a full minute of respect in their passing. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We here at the Black Eagles Masters International Tournament could not be possible without the great support from the many other leagues and tournaments that are held around this time of year. And of course, the main person who started it all, Mr. Clarence Cooper in Boston, and is followed up with the Alliance, then Toronto, and is now followed by Henry in Montreal. And with these, I would like to have them come up and say a few quick words. If you need to register for their tournaments in the coming future, they're all here. So please pay them a visit and introduce yourself and let them know that you're coming to their tournament. So first I would like to introduce Mr. Clarence Cooper, the granddaddy of us all, of which I've learned so many things over the years. I couldn't repay this gentleman if I had to try to pay him for all the things he's taught me in running tournaments. And many of the things that I do emulates him, and I like to thank him so much. Clarence?
Good morning. Good morning. I read through Trini Welcome here this morning. I take this opportunity with the presence of myself and all our members from Boston who are here in attendance to pay homage to my good friend Calvin. What a tremendous organizer. Give him a lot of clap. You like that? It's devising on your own head. But I also want to compliment the organization that he has worked with, that he's a member of the Black Eagles Sports Club. We from Boston, and I think I can speak on behalf of every member who is here today, anxiously look forward to coming to Toronto. Not to play all4s, but to continue to maintain and to build on the relationship and the friendship that we have gathered by participating in these all4s competitions. Calvin, I would hope that the Canadian government, and in particular the city of Toronto, will recognize you and your team for building sport tourism here in Toronto. You put in hundreds of thousands, and I'm sure in not too distant future, it's going to be millions of dollars into the pockets of the businessmen, and you're deserving of some of their support. Let me tell you, my players from Unity and Boston has already assured me we will win the tournament. They say if we could beat Black Eagles 2 years in a row in Trinidad, we could beat anybody. So we are looking forward to winning this tournament, but we'll be as happy for any team in here who wins, because without your presence, this wouldn't be possible. Let me sing the national anthem of all4s. I used to be a Catholic, so once no more. Hey, we played card yesterday. because we played the night before. We go play tomorrow night. All fours forevermore, for the young to play. I say old people must survive, so let we hug up tight, tight, tight. All fours all night. Let we hug up tight, tight, tight. All fours all night.
Thank you. The next tournament on the agenda is New York. New York is June the 22nd, I think, and 23rd, within that time frame. So can I have a representative from New York to expound the virtues of the New York tournament? All right, we have the president, Mr. Kenneth Mitchell.
Good morning, Toronto. Good morning, Toronto. Hello, hello. This is all fours. But the real mecca of all fours are being here. Played here today. But the real mecca of all fours is the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of June in New York. It's so nice. The name it twice. New York, New York. The mecca of all fours. Now, any team wishing to take part in New York tournament, they've got to register and register now, because the tournament, last time we had 40 teams. Right now, we are on pace to break that. We have 2 teams from Trinidad last year. This year we are committed to 3. So any team willing to take part in the New York tournament, you can see the treasurer of the All4s Alliance, Mr. Mohan. You can talk to him. Mr. Earl Allen, Mr. William Goddard, and the chairman of the Games and Rules Committee, Mr. Frank Sidan. Now, I did introduce myself. My name is Kenneth Mitchell, for those who know me. And for those who don't know me, my name is still Kenneth Mitchell. So, have a great tournament. Remember the rules, especially the drinking rules. The same thing that you get here is the same thing you're going to get in New York. And what they get in New York, you're going to get the same thing in Boston. Drink carefully. Be careful, because you're leaving here. When you leave here, just remember that you have to, wherever you go in, you have to be safe. If you're drinking, don't drive. If you're driving, don't drink. Have a blessed tournament. May the Lord bless you and keep you all.
Well said, Mr. Mitchell. Well said. And Henry, well, I don't know if you can follow that one. But Henry Antoine of Montreal, August the 11th and 12th is his tournament. Never will miss it. He worked so hard. Think I work hard. This is this guy. And he older than me, I can say that for you. Henry Antoine, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing much for me to say. We are the new kids on the block. We come last. But we bring up the rear and we learn by example. What happened here today, what's going to happen in New York, what's going to happen in Boston. If we make a mess, then we are already done. Because we're being shown real examples how to organize, how to get people together, and what all4s is all about. Let me say this, our tournament is the 10th and 11th of August. We are inviting each and every one of the clubs here to come and participate. We can assure you that with the help of the Alliance, Boston, Mr. Cooper, Daddy, and Mr. Allen, and also Mr. Big Man here, I call him the Big Man, because everything I need or I want, I call on him. The tournament is run in Montreal, but believe me, you got quite a hand in it. You don't have to worry about the rules when you come to Montreal. what you play here is what you will play there. So whatever rules you get there, here, you know that's what's going to be in Montreal. And we hope very soon to naturalize and neutralize the rules so that when you go to any of the tournaments, you hear one sound. That is what we're heading for. And I'll put a little more into it. I know Mr. Cooper, who is the president, and the rest of us, we are in the process of putting a world body together, and we have already started. We want to put a dent in putting this thing together properly. And I keep saying it every time I get a chance on the mic. Calvin is the secretary, Mr. Cooper is the president, Mr. Maham is the treasurer, Mr. Alain is the vice president, and I am the public relations officer. So I'm doing my job. And letting you all know what is coming. Mr. Calvin said before, it's a wave coming, and it is going to be a wave. I've already spoken with the Trinidad all4s, National all4s team, association who has agreed to be like a CONCACAF of the Caribbean for all4s. And we are getting there, we are getting bigger, and Mr. Cooper's talk about millions of dollars coming in. Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, remember the 10 and 11 of August, we are asking each and every one of you, come in, support us, help us to develop this thing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Have a wonderful day, enjoy the game, may the best team win. Thank you, Calvin.
Thank you, Henry. We have a few dignitaries, but before I introduce those dignitaries or they introduce, I'd like to introduce the president of Black Eagle Sports and Cultural Club. She's a woman, she works hard, and she's very impressive. Ms. Lisa Nelson.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to see all of you here today. I see a lot of familiar faces that I've grown to, over the years, meet and feel very welcome with them, and I hope you feel very welcomed here. A lot of new faces in the crowd. I hope you enjoy being part of this family and you bring some friends next year. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Michael Thompson, who's here to say a few words to you. He's the counselor for this division of Toronto.